Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen. Today we're going to do a reading for the Divine Feminine. Remember, don't get too hung up on genders in tarot. We all have divine feminine and masculine potential within us, so it just depends on what you happen to be leveraging at the current moment, right? So what I have for our pre-shuffle is almost a little bit of a joke to me because I pulled the Lover's card from the Santa Muerte deck. It's okay, we have a choice. Who has a choice? And it's almost like, no, you're missing the point. The important part is you're going to have lots of choices. So I think there is somebody here who has a couple of different love offers coming in about the same time. So I think this is a bit of a warning, like brace yourself. You may be like showing someone out and another doorbell, 5 minutes later, thinking it's the same person and it's a different person. That kind of like humor kind of dictating your frustration, but also like making you chuckle a little bit, maybe. All right, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chanting. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It is beautiful here, so I just had lunch down at the lake. It was glorious. Let's pull a few from the Energy Oracle to get you started. I hope you also have some good weather. Shout out to my friends in Minneapolis. I'm sorry you have a blizzard. Come visit me. All right, we have Caring Connections. Notice it's plural. So we have some romantic feelings here, to be sure. Somebody who is contemplating how to communicate what they feel for you and what they plan to do about it. But we also have Door to Spirit. So it feels to me like you'll have a few options, but not all of them are really, on your level. So you want to make sure that you're paying close attention to the fine print, right? All right, we're going to move to the situations deck. I knew we would see this. I should have called it out. I mean, you probably would have guessed this too, right? Offer on the table. There are, I think, more than one, but there are a few people who are wanting to take you off the market. We have Love Affair in the reverse, Dirty Little Secret and Down Low in the reverse, and Mental Prison and Confined. So someone feels like the fact that they have a thing for you hasn't been communicated is not going well for them. So this could be somebody who thought that they could just kind of ignore how they feel and go about their day, go about their business. This might be somebody who is not very accustomed to being in long-term relationships or expressing love. They may not have had experience with unconditional love prior to meeting you. However, as you can see, this person feels like they're going a little batty, not seeing you or not talking to you. So this person feels like they need to rush in. There could also be for many of you, a conversation that took place where basically you had to communicate to somebody, if you're in a relationship, I'm not interested. Like, I don't play the games on the side like so many people are willing to do. I feel like this was discussed at some point, and someone realizes that if they want to be with you, they have to do it the right way. We have Grip in the reverse. So I think we have somebody who's kind of losing control in a way, but I think in a healthy way, right? Like they've been overly avoidant or trying to control their emotions kind of in an unhealthy way, but they're recognizing now that they need to do something not so toxic for their life and be honest. This could also mean this person has been removing people from their lives from their life that don't support them or do cause drama or toxicity. Because when they make their offer of love, they don't want anything to come in the way between them and this unconditional love. So this does feel to me like there's somebody here who is going about this the right way. But, it might be one of those situations where you have a lineup, you have to pick out which one did the work. All right, we're gonna use the Edgar Allan Poe deck to continue. We have the Nine of Cups coming out sideways. I think this is speaking to the fact that this divine feminine is the wish fulfillment for a number of people, but she is trying to determine who is the rightful match for her. And a key component for her in terms of determining who is the right partner or who is, her dream partner is honesty, who comes across as genuine and communicates in a way that makes it easy to understand intent. I'm seeing a lot of purple, so I feel like the color purple is important in some way. It could be your favorite color. It could be you have some sort of royal tie, but maybe you like dyeing your hair purple. We also have Temperance coming out, and this is clarifying the love affair in the reverse and the lockdown card. So I feel like someone's realizing that in order to free themselves from this mental prison, they need to like basically come clean and make some changes in their life in terms of where they actually want to be and who they want to be with. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Someone was a little overly confident here that they could rid themselves of this feeling. I think this is a little bit of a player or somebody who didn't necessarily dabble too much in love, but might have been quite successful in other endeavors. I feel like we've got somebody here who would at times be described as overly confident or cocky, somebody who doesn't always put in the work, but still kind of has a little bit of entitlement. We've got the Queen of Swords coming out next to the Devil. I think this means this masculine energy is having to walk away from a toxic relationship with a feminine energy that is combative or argumentative, quick to blame others, and unwilling to accept accountability for her own shortcomings. And this is a test on the masculine in terms of whether or not he can walk away from a codependent relationship or have a little bit of ego death. And we've got the Ten of Wands indicating that the battle is almost won. But we have the Devil in the upright here, you guys. So I feel like for some of you, what's going on is there are a number of people that are a little bit hung up on you because you taught them what unconditional love is. And as a result, it's almost like there's a rat race of, hi there, Miss Joanna, welcome, of, you know, who can figure out their crap the fastest, who can do the spiritual work, heal the trauma from your childhood, deal with the reasons that, made you live your life a little bit less than authentically. And then you have to actually get to the divine feminine and tell her what you want. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Interesting because we have the Seven of Cups in the upright as our pre-shuffle. This divine feminine knows exactly how to figure out who is the right person for her, but it is kind of like a game day decision in terms of seeing how somebody comes forward, seeing how they communicate. We've got the Seven of Wands and Judgment. This is beautiful, you guys. Hello there, Mountain Girl. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think notifications are kind of a challenge for YouTube. I don't know, you'd think they'd know how to annoy people. Mm. We have Seven of Wands and Judgment telling us that there is protection and guidance for this divine feminine in terms of choosing the right partner for her, even though there may be a few of them. I think for many of you, you have 5 to 7 offers. Now remember, we have free will, so there might be some people that are gonna punk out at the last second, or they're gonna get threatened by the other competition, right? But I see a number higher than 3, probably higher than 4, of people that have been inspired by how you choose to live your life and can't stop thinking about you. But again, their level of stability on their own and their honesty is really telling for you in terms of what information do I need to make my decision based off, and have I got all of the information I need? So I do feel like some of you may need to hear that a rush decision is not a good idea. You're going to want to make sure you have the information that you need. There's something here that comes to you after maybe 2 offers have been made that help you really understand what's going on here. So, don't take the first one, at least not prematurely. We've got Queen of Wands in the reverse, indicating that there are some people that maybe have ulterior motives. They may be a little bit more focused on the flesh. But this is also underneath the Queen of Swords. So I feel like there's a chance here that you're dealing with maybe a little bit of gossip or jealousy because of this Queen of Swords, perhaps knowing that you are a bit of competition for them. We have the Chariot coming out sideways and the Knight of Wands. And we'll take the World. All right, so basically, so with the Chariot and the Knight of Wands in the reverse, you've got, like I said, multiple offers coming your way, some of which are just, thank you, no thank you. But you'll be able to tell whether or not these are worth your while because of somebody's patience and willingness to let you make a decision in your own time. If somebody's trying to rush you or somebody is telling you that you need to feel guilty for making an informed decision, that's not your person. That person is worried that you'll find somebody better than them because they know they're hiding something. That's just my opinion. But, I was only wrong once, like in 1992, you guys. All right, let's see what else we've got for you. We're going to switch to the Rider-Waite. Three of Cups in the reverse. Page of Swords. Yeah, there is someone here who is going to try to reunite with you. And I think you already know that this person has not done the work, or if they had done the work, you would have been surprised because this is somebody who struggles with accountability and really wanted to distract you from what needed to be talked about with flirtations and arguments. So be on the lookout for somebody who's trying to kind of trick you or make it seem like they are in a better place than they really are. We have the Chariot and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And if you do determine that somebody is not on the same level, you don't think that their love offer would really be compelling, then I think the best course of action here is to communicate that, this might not be the right fit. I'm guessing forgiveness is something you might want to consider, or whether or not you want to be friends with somebody, but I wouldn't belabor the point. If you know for sure someone isn't for you, just, be honest. I think at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to two offers that are actually serious and on your level. Because we've got the High Priestess, which is the second card, and then the Two of Pentacles coming out. So you're going to be basically able to eliminate, you know, 3 to 5 right out of the gate. Who are you? And then you're going to need to use your intuition real adeptly. You're going to want to like zero in on this. Maybe it's like you go on a date with both of them and see how it goes, and they both know about the other one. But there's something here about two having, you know, the what's the caliber, the je ne sais quoi. You'll know it because they'll make you giddy and you won't have to question it. We have Justice and the Moon. And here's what I see. There are a few people here who are going to shoot their shot, and it's karma for them to not be with you. And, it can be a little bit brutal to say it that way, but I don't do this to mislead you guys or tell you that everything's great when it's not. I think you get enough of that in other channels. What I see is there are two people who, if no one was watching, would still do right by you, and everyone else is getting karma for pretending that they're good enough. Do the work if you want to be with an Empress. We haven't had the Empress come out yet, but I think there's a pretty good chance she will. We have Justice here coming to a Divine Feminine for the, straight up trauma that she's been through in terms of a love life, and finally getting love offers that reflect her, high vibration. Hi there, Destiny. Welcome, welcome. I don't know exactly what you're asking, but I did do a Virgo at the end of my last video earlier today, and there are timestamps on there. So we've got the Eight of Wands clarifying the Three of Cups in the reverse. And hello there. What's up, Voodoo? All right, so with this Eight of Wands, there is going to be communication coming out of nowhere from somebody that you thought was long gone or couldn't handle, honest communication. This is someone who feels like if they don't communicate with you now, they will lose you forever. And that could actually be completely true. But if they have missed the boat in terms of doing, they can take a shot, right? Oh, sorry, sweetie. Yeah, Destiny, there is an email in my description box, but it's wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. I'd be happy to do a personal reading for you. We've got the Hierophant and the Star in the reverse. So there's somebody here who realizes that they need to communicate with you. They need to reach out soon because you have something else headed your way. Maybe they've heard somebody already say they plan to shoot their shot with you, but there's a sense of urgency here because this person feels they're going to lose you. And so they do know that you're marriage quality material, right? We've got the Hierophant here suggesting they know that there are a few people who are inspired by you or see you as like, the one. Hi there, Mac. Welcome. And with the Star in the reverse, they're trying to misguide you. They want to slide back in your DMs, slide back in your life, and get you to remember the good old times, but try to distract you from asking those serious questions about whether or not they've done the work, right? We have the Seven of Pentacles clarifying the High Priestess. I think this is to suggest our divine feminine is well aware that, um, there's gonna be maybe some bunk offers out there that she needs to just keep walking by, right? But I think there's an element of I have experienced a lot of different kinds of, relationships or heartbreak. I know how to identify things pretty easily now. Um, I'm not going to do a shout out to her, but hopefully she'll watch this. Someone who I consider to be rather awesome was going to go on a date and had a little bit of suspicion that this person was a bit manipulative or was hiding something. And she shared that she had been doing some research on, like different kinds of attachment style, what makes a narcissist, how to handle that kind of situation. And poof, he disappeared because he got terrified. Well, I can't manipulate you if you know exactly what I'm doing. So there's something here about people having an understanding that you see through the bullshit better than most people do. And some will still try to serve you some bullshit, but you already know where that shovel is and how to shovel it right out the door. And this Three of Wands in the reverse is telling me that even though there will be some less than stellar offers that come your way, in addition to some good ones, you are going to be a little bit shocked at two or three of them. People you maybe didn't realize had a thing for you, or people you didn't think would have the cojones to say something about it, right? We have the Seven of Cups coming out again, along with the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So there is some sort of relief here for you, some sort of kind of, okay, cool. There's excitement, but also like a little sense of overwhelming, like, what do I do? Because there's choices here, right? Because there's decisions that have to be made. But with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, I feel like it becomes a lot more enjoyable for you or not as contentious if you remember to, be honest and kindly dismiss the ones that aren't really your pace, right? Aren't really your flavor. All right, we're going to grab a few from the Tattoo Tarot. What? You've never gotten 7 offers at once before? Come on, you guys. All right, what else do we have? There's that Eight of Wands again. You guys, there are people itching to talk to you. We have the Six of Cups. This is kind of coming out sideways. So I feel like this is to say you've got both new and old offers. So there's somebody here, at least one, who hasn't really expressed to you that they have feelings, but you've known them for a while. And there's also, I think, at least 2 people that you already, tried to make it work with them and they could never really get you off their mind. I'm hearing that. Is it Willie Nelson? I think it was originally an Elvis Presley song. You Were Always on My Mind. So we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. And we had that up here, remember? So there is definitely a sense here that somebody feels like they will be able to just waltz in and close the deal with you. And they're going to be a little bit shocked to find out that there's someone else that's also interested, or someone else that also has piqued your interest, right? But I also feel like there's a sense here that you'll want to pay close attention to your confidence, not let this go to your head. Nobody likes an a-hole, right? I mean, you don't have to be overly annoying about getting, oh, yeah, I got my 7th love offer today. Oh, I just don't know what to do. It's the worst thing ever. Don't be a twat. We've got the Two of Swords clarifying the Eight of Wands. Again, another sign for me that you're going to get lots of communication, but it's going to come down to 2. So we have the Page of Cups and Judgment in the reverse. I think there will be, just before you get down to the nitty-gritty of the two that you actually want to choose from, there's going to be somebody here who makes an offer to you that is against their better judgment. So this feels to me like somebody who is lying about what they're willing or capable to offer you. Specifically, this could be somebody who tells you they've ended a relationship and they have not. So, do your homework. We're going to grab some from the Egyptian Tarot. And, if anybody who's watching thinks it's cool to lie about your relationship status before starting a new one, you're just asking to prolong the karmic lessons and cycles that you get in. So try to do it the honest way. I'm encouraging you. What's up, Pharaoh? How are you doing? You came right in the nick of time for my Egyptian Tarot to come out. That's perfect. All right, so we've got the Ace of Wands and the Sun in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like you know that there's going to be an offer made to you by somebody from your past that you can't trust. Somebody that is really good at love bombing and then, pooing in your punch bowl. And this is somebody who is trying to control the situation. I feel like this is somebody you've already rejected because they were not willing to be honest about how they felt or whether or not they were in a relationship. So be on the lookout for that. There's definitely somebody here who wants to be, honestly, it feels like they just want to win. They don't like that you rejected them. They don't like that you see through their manipulations or their lies or that you call them on their shit, because this is somebody who doesn't really get a lot of that. So good for you calling someone out. We all need it now and then, don't we? We have Judgment. Somebody, I think, has already heard from you that they're not interested or you're not interested in them, and they still feel like they can convince you. But the point is, none of the shit that they use in terms of tactics or justification, how they woo people, it's not going to work on you, because what you look for is like that energy, and you can't fake that shit. You can try, but you're going to look dumb because this is a high priestess. She sees right through that shit. So, Ooh, I hope you get to say hello. We have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is someone from your past hoping that they can convince you that it's smart to communicate with them again. So I feel like you've already blocked this person off or told them you're not willing to invest in a relationship with them. You've already given enough, and this person didn't learn their lesson in time. I just feel like I had a little bit of deja vu there, you guys. So I think you're going to feel a sense of deja vu when this person comes back in, and it's going to be a little bit of a nudge, like a reminder, like, why would I do the exact same thing all over again? I'm on my way towards a new chapter. So with that in mind, Eight of Swords in the reverse, you free yourself from a way of thinking or a perspective that has got you caught up or stuck for years. And that's when your life turns around. I love also that it's an 8 and an 8 in the reverse. So there's very much so like a kind of infinity symbol here for me with that 8, and the fact that it's paired with what would generally be read as a card that symbolizes freedom. So you are basically setting yourself free from something that got you caught up or stuck in a relationship for a long time, something that made you feel betrayed or neglected. All right, we're going to continue with the Everyday Tarot. Three of Cups in the reverse, right on top of the Three of Cups in the reverse. You are letting people go or refusing to reunite or reconcile with people who have not demonstrated that they are actually changing their behavior that resulted in the separation in the first place. With the Page of Cups, this is like saying, yeah, okay, that's cool. You want to apologize. I appreciate that. But have you changed the behavior? I'm going to hold a light up to your actions and see if you actually changed your behavior, because I know now how to figure out if you're lying to me. I can shine a light on your manipulations and your lies and figure you out. So this Emperor in the reverse, this King of Swords in the reverse, who I really do feel like is an ex of yours, is going to be sorely mistaken when they think that they can play those same old games with you, because you're too old for that shit. You're going to see right through it. And I also think you're going to tell them the truth. I think you're going to tell them, look, we had our time. I'm glad we had it. I learned a lot about myself and what I deserve. And what I deserve is something better than what you're offering. Toodaloo. Because this is right underneath the Judgment. You're going to be honest with them and say, I can't keep doing this. And any other time you come back to make this offer is just a waste of your time and mine. That book is closed. With the King of Cups underneath the Six of Cups in the reverse, this is someone who has finally learned how to communicate their emotions, but they haven't done the work. They haven't worked on whatever makes them feel the need to control things, which is likely insecurity or codependency. And so with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Wands, I think you're going to tell this person, sorry, I'm looking towards the future. I'm not willing to jump right back into a relationship that makes me feel like I have to carry all the weight. I'm going to consider my other options. And again, you have two options at the end of the day that are really solid options. You're going to focus on those. You don't have time for the people that want to play games and lie. Eight of Wands. You may even be kind of strict about it and say, like, maybe we can be friends someday, but right now I don't want to communicate with you. I'm going to focus on the two people that I do feel a connection with, so that you can be, able to sleep at night and not feel like you're messing with anyone's emotions. And I do really recommend that. I think it's easy in the day of, Tinder to be a little bit coy or a little bit secretive when you are seeing more than one person, but I encourage you to, take a Hugh Hefner approach to it and just tell people where you're at, what you're actually looking for. And if you do want to be in a monogamous relationship, then act like it and communicate that, right? All right, I was looking at Door to Spirit when that flew out. We have Malady in the reverse and Cheerfulness in the reverse. That's interesting. So Door to Spirit is usually a card that speaks to me of intuition. And I feel like, especially because this is pertaining to choices that you will have in love, what you need to do is listen to your intuition regarding whether or not somebody has any malintent or depression they're hiding, any anger issues, that kind of thing. You don't need to have somebody who's happy all the time, but you do need to be with somebody who knows how to deal with it when they aren't happy, right? All right, and I was looking at Judgment in the reverse and Wife in the reverse popped out. So again, and then we have Falseness in the reverse. I do feel like there's somebody here who's going to be honest about how they feel, but they're not going to be honest about a significant relationship and where that stands, if they are, fully single or not. We have Constancy in the reverse. You are going to get communication, but there's going to be plenty of people here who are communicating and not necessarily doing so honestly, or not giving you the time of day that you would think someone would if they were truly in love. Tell me about the Ace of Swords, please. Frivolity. I think this is you being honest about wanting to be free until you know who is the right person for you. And with joyfulness in the reverse, I feel like there are some people that are going to try to make you feel guilty about this. Like, well, what do you mean? I've told you that I'm in love with you. You should just like shack up with me already. And I think you need to, really guard your boundaries, communicate them early and often. Don't, play any games because that makes things more complicated than they need to be. Hi there, Tammy. Welcome. I'm doing well. How are you? We have Sweetheart clarifying the Page of Cups. Yeah, there is somebody here who is hoping to kind of leverage the fact that you are very kind, very caring, and kind of distract from the fact that they're trying to control something or trying to steer the conversation away from something that they don't want to talk about. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles, please. We have the House in the reverse. I just heard don't settle and Child. So for some of you, you may be presented with an offer from someone who has a different viewpoint than you do in terms of whether or not they want children, whether or not they want to be a foster parent, whether or not blah, 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 something to do with children. For others of you, this is actually a representation of a new beginning or something radically different from your current life. So you may want to, as you kind of narrow down to the two offers that really make a lot of sense for you, you might want to consider whether or not you have similar goals in mind in terms of what do I want to do in the next 5 years? What do I want to do in the next 10 years? Are there, enough commonalities between our life choices that facilitate a strong relationship? Tell me about the Eight of Wands, please. We have pleasure seekers in the reverse. Oh man, there are so many people that don't want you to be communicating again with these people. You've got some jealous onlookers, people who maybe wish that they had what you have. You may have, won over somebody that is a bit of a playboy that everyone else is trying to chase down. I put the sun in the reverse right next to the other sun in the reverse. So I think there's like a little bit of a playboy here who has a bit of a temper and has a bit of a following who is a little obsessed with you. With the Four of Swords in the reverse, or sorry, Four of Swords in the upright, we have somebody here who is conscious or like thinking about the fact that the time is running like low, like that there is probably going to be somebody here who makes an offer to you and they want to fight for it. They want to actually, you know, chase you, even though I think this is somebody who generally just lets all of the groupies or whatever line up outside their door and then choose the prettiest one, right? But with the Hierophant in the reverse, this is somebody who isn't interested in a monogamous relationship. And I think that they're toying with the idea of pretending that they do want that because they want you. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. Six of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone from your past who wants to bring you back to that kind of stagnation, to a past version of yourself, is somebody you need to reject. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse and Six of Pentacles. You need to keep in mind who allows you to be independent, even if you are in a relationship, and who is willing to give an equal give and take. Because if you are to, jump into a relationship, you want to make sure this isn't somebody who's trying to control you, right? Hi there, Ben. Welcome. I was looking at the Ace of Wands when that fell out. We've got the Two of Wands in the reverse. Somebody is not taking the time to think through whether or not it's appropriate to make you an offer. This is somebody who I think has already been told no, somebody who already knows that you have moved on, and they still think maybe, just maybe, if they make like a flashy love offer, they can convince you. Um, Zihyun, if I'm saying that correctly, you can check my description box for my email. It's wickedwandstarot@gmail.com, and I can do a personal reading for you if you'd like. Ah, Tammy, I just read you're a Pisces too. Awesome. Me too. We have the wheel. This is karma happening for a number of people. People who didn't do right by you or people who didn't treat you with respect. Tell me about the Ten of Swords, please. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. The person who has a true unconditional love for you that may actually be from the past. This is somebody who is willing to be honest with you. And there may be a moment where you're like, I didn't need to know all of that. But the point is, they want you to know there's nothing they feel they need to hide from you. They want to be in that true, honest relationship with you. So, again, I think you have two people, one that you have not been with, one that you have maybe briefly been with. Nothing super serious happened between the two of you, but they are honest with you about what went wrong and they take accountability for their part in it. We have the moon and judgment in the reverse. Be mindful of who is trying to hide or kind of mask their true motives. If you get a sense that anybody is, trying to get brownie points for being cuddled up next to you because you are a hot commodity, then you know that that is ego, right? That's just somebody who's trying to get points. And that's not BDE, right? That's the opposite of BDE. All right, we're going to grab a couple from the Romance Angel Oracle. And then since we're already above 40 minutes here, I will call it a day on this reading. What else do we have? Passion. All right, I kind of view this as a little bit of a warning, you guys. I do think you're going to have a number of people who, get your engines going. So be cautious. You don't want to make a choice based on body parts. There is somebody, I think, in this list of options that knows how to seduce you. So be careful. And then we also have release your ex. I feel like this is probably the same thing. Somebody is going to try to use, the right music, the right restaurant, the right words to, seduce you. And you've got to be able to figure out who actually wants to be there because of your heart and not just because you're adorable. We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And children. Your love life is being affected by children. So, a couple of things to keep in mind as you ponder how to, deal with 7 love offers or whatever it ends up being. 2 at the end of the day would be your major choice. But all right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for joining me and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you on the next reading. Bye, guys.